Good morning. Okay, so I have had a lot of people request that I do videos. I am not very tech savvy, but here I go trying. I am doing some bread today, and I wanted to share something. I still watch a lot of videos learning all the sourdough tricks and whatnot. And I constantly see people putting rice flour on their bread so it doesn't stick. I have a very good friend, cousin, in-law, more like a sister. My kids call her aunt. She is rice intolerant. She has severe issues with rice, all kinds of rice. And I'm constantly seeing people use rice flour after the fermenting process, which means the rice flour is raw on your bread, keeping it from sticking. And in most cases, it probably doesn't cause issues. But if someone has an intolerance, it could definitely cause issues. So when I make my bread, I use these hairnet things. And I use just cheap bowls too. But I use these so that my bread doesn't stick in the cold fermenting process in the fridge, so that I don't have to use raw flour. Sometimes I use raw flour on my chocolate bread just to make a pretty contrast, but I'll use a very little bit and it'll be bread flour. So the same flour that I use in the dough. My original doughs only have 4 ingredients, and that's flour, water, salt, and then my sourdough starter, which I started 2 years ago. And the sourdough starter itself is just water and flour that grows. It's the wild yeast. And the beneficial thing of sourdough is during the fermenting process, it's already breaking down the gluten. So it puts less strain on your body's digestive system to break down that gluten in that bread. So anyways, here's my first video. I don't use rice flour, and I post all of my ingredients on my products. So happy baking.